Welcome back to Midcap Masala right here on ET Now, and let's put the spotlight on IEX because yes, of course, we have been waiting to get the hearing started by the Appellate Tribunal, Electricity Appellate Tribunal, that is APTEL, on hearing the matter of coupling. That is scheduled for today, the 10:30. The hearing was expected to start, but just before that, CERC clarification on market coupling has come in. They have released corrigendum where they are actually saying that CERC says that 2025 orders shall be read as directions, and CERC issues further clarification on IEX and power coupling. So on the back of this clarification coming in just ahead of the hearing getting started, we have seen a bit of a decline coming in on IEX. The stock was higher anywhere by between 5 to 6%, a sharp cut on the stock price of IEX. But I believe that the markets are waiting for the hearing to start, because for today IEX is going to be a crucial one to watch out for, because Electricity Appellate Tribunal will hear the matter on coupling case, where IEX wants the regulator to withdraw its July 2025 order on coupling the day ahead power market. And on the back of that, we have seen the kind of fall that IEX has been suffering from. But yes, today remains to be a crucial day, but because of this clarification, the stock volatility continues. Kanishka.
Absolutely. The stock volatility continues. However, we are seeing just a little bit of a recovery over there. Now, remember, this corrigendum doesn't mean that the CERC is planning to implement these rules. We will wait for the hearing and the outcome that we see going forward from the hearing. But yes, that's the move on the stock and the latest on IEX. We'll keep getting you more updates from our reporters. But for now, let's also talk about another stock which is in focus, which is Oswal Pumps. Subodh Kumar, the Chief Financial Officer, is now joining us today. The stock is down nearly 2%. Now, why? Because there were some, cash flow concerns that were highlighted earlier. Several reports have highlighted some cash flow concerns. However, Oswal Pumps has come out with a clarification. And to discuss all of that in detail, we are now joined by the management. Hi, Mr. Hi, Mr. Kumar. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's, firstly talk about these clarifications. Last time that we spoke in December, just last month, we had talked about these cash flow concerns, right? So just wanted to understand, how did this issue suddenly flare up so much? And while you have given a clarification to the exchanges already, if you could just take us through what transpired. In fact, the stock saw a very sharp decline also recently. So just take us through what's happening over there.
Yeah, thank you very much, first of all, for inviting me. So, regarding the cash flow, the Oswal is in a potentially operating in a high growth phase, largely, driven by the PM Kusum and PM Kusum program and some other state government programs. So, for every company, now we are in an expanding stage and we are doing the capex and all these things. So that's why there is a slightly cash flow, negative cash flow for the little terms. But if we look at the in a broader way and for the future, that it would be in a positive side. We are sure for that.
Indeed, but Mr. Kumar, if you can give us the current status of how your books are looking like in terms of the current cash flow, current cash on the books, and going ahead, what sort of a plan that you have with respect to capex, any new debt that you are willing to take on the back of that?
So, no, regarding the first of all, I would like to regarding update about our business plans. So now we are in expanding modes, and what we raised in the IPO proceeds, like 272 crore for the Oswal Solar and 90 crore for Oswal Pump Limited. We are in a process, and during the year end, and maybe in the first quarter of the next year, we will definitely complete our capex program and capitalization, all these things that would really boost our revenue as well as our growth in respect. And the second thing would like about the debt. So we are not going to raise any new debts, but the debt which we already have and the cycle period which we have, that is sufficient for us to be to cap up the revenue growth and the targets.
All right, but if you can just help us with the current status of the cash on books that is lying behind.
Yeah, so if right now, if I talk about our cash, so it would be, if I consider the IPO proceed and the net debt, that would be the position on a surplus of that 40 to 50 crore.
Okay. And Mr. Kumar, when do we expect, when should investors expect this operating cash flow to turn positive? We understand that you are in, expansion mode, you're expanding capex as well, and by the first quarter, all of this should be completed.
Yeah.
So would it be fair to say that from the first quarter of FY27 or maybe second, you should be operating cash flow
Yeah.
positive?
Yes, yes, definitely. Actually, there are two or three things which I want to be highlights. Right, first of things, we are already insisting the government to give the 10% of money which is backed by the government early, and we are insisting to get the security BG and release our 10% payment as soon as possible. So once all of this happens and and whatever we are taking the initiatives, then definitely our cash flow would be in a positive side in the next in the first quarter of 26 and 26 and 27.
But along with that, Mr. Kumar, I believe that with respect to the receivables that you are expecting from the government, if you can quantify that number for us, because if you can help us with the breakdown of that 711 crores of receivable, that was the latest number that we have been having. How much of this is awaiting installation verification versus how much is stuck at the final subsidy disbursement stage with state nodal agencies?
So, the program is with the state nodal agency. So all the data, all the receivable is due from the state nodal agency, because the center give the subsidy to the state and the state reimburse and the state give the payment to all of the industry vendors. So all this money is this money is stuck with the state governments, and I'm not saying it's not in realizing. So we are realizing the money, but in a slow mode. Like we are getting some kind of in a little and bit basis. So we are really hoping that in the next quarter we will get big amount from the the state nodal agency, and that will really help us to reduce the receivable for the next quarter as well.
Okay, that should help in reducing the receivables. But Mr. Kumar, we have been talking about this PM Kusum scheme and how you are a major beneficiary out of it. A majority of your contracts come from this scheme, right? So now that there is a payment delay, just wanted to understand, could you look at diversifying more? Of course, you have been bidding under this scheme. But apart from that, would you look at diversifying into other contracts more now that you've seen that there could be some delay in terms of receiving payments?
Yeah, so regarding the PM Kusum and all the state government program which is right now running, so there is a slightly delay, but apart from that, we are looking for other diversification, like we are trialing our new product in our portfolio, so that by the time we definitely launch all of this, and this will definitely reduce our the dependence on the government project to the other projects, other industrial project, as well as other industrial markets, domestic markets.
All right, so that's the take coming in on the cash flow position and the plans ahead. But with this, Mr. Kumar, we let you go. So good having you on the channel today. Thank you so much for taking the time out and clarification, giving us and helping us with that, and helping us to clear the air as well.
Thank you very much.
All right, so that was the management of Oswal Pumps talking to us about the latest position with respect to the cash flow. But on the bottom of our screen is the AMFI data that is already through, and this time around we have seen the sectoral and the thematic funds inflow that has seen a bit of a decline on a month-on-month basis, and so is the total equity inflow as well, because that number has also seen, because net equity inflow stands at 28,054 crores versus 29,911 crores. So on a month-on-month basis, the equity inflows has seen a bit of a decline in the month of December, and even the total AUM has seen a marginal decline on a month-on-month basis, and maybe because of that, the markets are once again in a bit of a pressure, Nifty as well as Nifty Bank at the day's lowest point. But with this, viewers, we are completely timed out in this edition of Midcap Masala. It's a goodbye from me and Kanishka and the entire team. Thank you so much for tuning in.